You wake again in the quiet hours before dawn. The room is still, yet inside something stirs, the mind alert, the heart unwilling to rest. You wonder why sleep slips away so easily, why peace seems to visit others but not you. In this fragile moment, your body is not broken, it is calling for balance. The signal comes through cortisol, the ancient messenger of survival, now rising at the wrong time, keeping you awake while your soul longs to surrender. Science shows that in these hours, cortisol should be silent, letting your muscles repair and memory renew. But the modern world keeps whispering to your brain, stay awake. Screens, late-night thoughts, hidden sugars, each one confuses your inner clock, and so the rhythm of rest reverses. Yet harmony can be restored. Over the years, I have found 6 simple natural ways to calm this storm within. Methods proven by science, shaped by nature, and rooted in awareness. Each begins with just 1 tablespoon, but each holds the power to guide the body back to stillness, to remind it that the night was never meant for worry, but for healing. Let us begin with the first of the 6. A golden liquid that carries both warmth and wisdom, raw apple cider vinegar, the kind that still holds the mother, that cloudy veil most people try to avoid. In that murkiness lives a quiet community of life, enzymes, minerals, and friendly bacteria that speak directly to the gut-brain axis, the bridge between your digestion and your emotions. What you feel in your mind often begins in your belly. When this inner dialogue is calm, the body remembers peace. Half an hour before sleep, take a single tablespoon of this vinegar mixed in 4 ounces of warm water. Within moments, something begins to shift. Your blood sugar, which often rises and falls through the night like a restless tide, starts to steady. When glucose crashes at 2 in the morning, the adrenal glands rush to rescue you, flooding your system with cortisol as if danger were near. But when balance is restored, that alarm never sounds. The heart slows, the breath deepens. Researchers at Arizona State University found that a small evening dose of apple cider vinegar reduced morning blood sugar by 4%. A simple number, yet the difference between a body that panics in the dark and one that rests with ease. The acetic acid within the vinegar acts like a gentle gatekeeper, slowing the conversion of complex carbohydrates into sugar. It places a natural limit on digestion, protecting you from the sudden drops that steal your sleep. Warm water matters. Cold water shocks the system and tightens the nerves, while warmth opens the channels, helping absorption flow smoothly. Measure carefully, no more than 1 tablespoon. This is not a cure of excess, but a lesson in precision. The sourness may startle you at first, but it is the language of awakening for your vagus nerve, the great messenger between mind and body. That first taste may feel sharp, yet it signals your nervous system to release its hold, to loosen the grip of the day. If the flavor feels too strong, add a 1/4 teaspoon of raw honey, not more. The sweetness softens the edge, while the vinegar continues its quiet work of balance. Together, they form a brief meditation in a glass, sour and sweet, warmth and calm, effort and ease. Studies now confirm what the elders once knew without measurement. 2 weeks of this nightly ritual can reduce nighttime cortisol surges by nearly 1/4 in older adults. It is simple, natural, and profound. A return to the wisdom of small acts. 1 tablespoon taken with intention can remind your body how to rest. It is not magic, it is memory. The body remembers peace when we give it the chance to listen. The second of these 6 remedies is not rare or exotic. It is an element already within you, quietly waiting to be replenished: magnesium. When the body lacks this mineral, tension becomes its language. The muscles tighten, the mind holds its guard, and the nervous system remains caught in a quiet storm of alertness. Without enough magnesium, the body cannot fully exhale. It remains ready for battle, even in the stillness of night. Magnesium glycinate, in particular, holds a key to rest. Taken as 1 tablespoon of powder mixed in warm water before bed, it does more than ease muscle strain. It helps block the very pathways through which cortisol keeps you awake. Science tells us that nearly 7 in 10 adults are deficient in magnesium, and for those beyond 60, that number grows even higher. This shortage is not just a number, it is the unseen reason why so many older bodies cannot slip easily into sleep. Researchers in Ireland found that when older adults with insomnia took 500 milligrams of magnesium glycinate each night, their cortisol levels dropped by more than a third and their deep sleep expanded by nearly an hour. Magnesium feeds the production of GABA, the neurotransmitter of calm. It is GABA that whispers to the brain, "You are safe, you may rest now." Without magnesium, that whisper fades. Powder dissolves faster than pills, entering the system almost immediately. As it moves through the tissues of the mouth and throat, it begins its quiet work, loosening the body's grip on tension. The glycinate form is special because it is bound to glycine, an amino acid that carries its own serenity, guiding magnesium directly into the cells that need it most. This union allows the mineral to pass the blood-brain barrier, reaching the mind where rest begins. Measure carefully. 1 level tablespoon, about 400 milligrams, mixed in 6 ounces of warm water. Drink it slowly over several minutes. Let the act itself be part of the ritual. No rush, no resistance. If taken too quickly, the sudden change can cause a brief drop in pressure, reminding us that even healing requires patience. Within 20 minutes, many feel a soft wave of quiet descend. For others, it may take several nights of steady practice. Magnesium's purpose is simple yet profound: to return the body to balance. Modern science now recognizes deficiency in this mineral as one of the leading causes of middle-of-the-night awakenings among older adults. Replenishing it is not merely supplementation, it is remembrance. It is giving back to the body what modern living has slowly taken away, allowing it to release the day, silence cortisol's call, and finally drift into the deep, unguarded rest it was meant to know. The third remedy comes from a fruit both humble and profound, the tart cherry. Within its deep red skin lies more than color. It holds one of nature's richest sources of melatonin, the quiet hormone that signals the body to rest. But its gift reaches beyond sleep alone. 1 tablespoon of tart cherry concentrate, stirred into water, carries compounds known as anthocyanins, natural pigments that calm inflammation and soothe the pathways that awaken cortisol in the middle of the night. When the body senses inflammation, even something subtle like joint stiffness or cellular fatigue from aging, it often responds as if under attack. Cortisol rises not out of malice but as protection. Yet when that response never stops, it robs the night of its stillness. Tart cherries seem to whisper to the immune system, "You may stand down." The anthocyanins act as mediators, restoring order where there was unrest. Researchers at Louisiana State University observed older adults with chronic insomnia who drank tart cherry juice twice a day. Their sleep expanded by more than an hour each night, and markers of inflammation fell sharply. Concentrated juice, nearly 20 times stronger than the regular kind, delivers these effects in a single tablespoon without the excess sugar or fluids that disturb rest. The beauty of this fruit lies in its harmony. Its natural melatonin is bound with other compounds that help it release slowly, guiding you gently into rest without the grogginess often left by pills. After 60, our pineal gland's production of melatonin can drop by half, allowing cortisol to rise unchecked. A small serving of tart cherry concentrate helps restore this rhythm, not by forcing sleep, but by reminding the body of its own design. To prepare it, use pure Montmorency tart cherry concentrate, unsweetened, unblended, unaltered. Mix 1 tablespoon with 6 ounces of water about half an hour before bed. The taste will be sharp, but that tartness is a signal of its potency. As it moves through your system, those same sour notes begin to lower inflammation and ease cortisol's edge. Some people notice that their dreams grow vivid during the first nights of use. This is not disturbance, it is evidence that your mind is returning to deeper REM cycles long forgotten. Over time, the benefits compound. The anthocyanins help strengthen the blood-brain barrier, repairing damage caused by years of high cortisol. Regular use not only deepens sleep, but helps restore the natural curve of stress hormones across the night. What begins as a simple drink becomes a quiet ritual, a red thread woven between science and serenity, a reminder that rest can be both natural and profound. The fourth remedy comes from an ancient root that has traveled through centuries of healing and meditation, ashwagandha. Its Sanskrit name means the smell of a horse, not for its fragrance, but for the strength and calm endurance it is said to bring. Beneath its humble appearance lies a quiet power, the ability to restore balance to the body's entire stress response system. In modern terms, it acts as a master switch for cortisol, the hormone that once protected us, but now often keeps us awake. When taken as 1 tablespoon of the powdered root mixed into warm milk or water, ashwagandha releases natural compounds known as withanolides. These plant molecules gently block the receptors in the brain that cortisol uses to disturb peace. Imagine them as silent guardians, placing a do not disturb sign across the mind. Scientific studies published in the Indian Journal of Psychological Medicine show that consistent use can lower cortisol by nearly half within 2 months, with the greatest relief coming at night when rest should be deepest. The adrenal glands, small but mighty structures resting atop your kidneys, often grow weary from years of overwork. Ashwagandha helps them remember their rhythm, quieting the constant alarm that modern living sounds. It is what scientists call an adaptogen, a natural substance that helps the body adapt to stress rather than escape it. Instead of forcing sleep like a sedative, it teaches the system how to recover its own balance, building resilience over time instead of dependence. Taken about an hour before bed, it begins to calm the HPA axis, the communication line between the brain and the adrenals. This is the command center of stress. When it finds harmony, the body follows. The powder form is vital because it contains the full spectrum of the root's compounds, each one working in concert rather than isolation. To prepare, mix 1 level tablespoon into 8 ounces of warm milk, whether dairy or plant-based. The warmth opens the body's pathways, and the natural fat helps the herb absorb more fully. Some find the taste earthy or bitter, an echo of the soil it comes from. A pinch of cinnamon or nutmeg can soften the flavor while adding its own quiet calm. Think of it as a ritual rather than a task, a nightly act of grounding before surrendering to sleep. Ashwagandha's effects are cumulative. Each night adds a small thread of calm, weaving together into a fabric of resilience. After several weeks, many feel their sleep deepen and their mornings lighten. For older adults, its benefits extend further. It gently supports thyroid health, another guardian of hormonal balance. In this way, 1 simple tablespoon touches many layers of the body's wisdom, reminding it that true strength lies not in tension, but in steady, effortless calm. The 5th remedy is simple, familiar, and quietly powerful. Raw honey gathered from the land around you. It is more than sweetness, it is balance. Inside every golden drop lies a perfect harmony between fructose and glucose, forming a gentle source of fuel that sustains the body through the night. When the liver's energy stores run low, the brain begins to fear shortage. It sends signals that awaken the body, flooding it with cortisol and adrenaline in a frantic attempt to create new sugar from muscle tissue. A single tablespoon of raw, unprocessed honey before bed prevents this midnight panic. It steadies the flow of glucose so the body can remain calm, the mind untroubled. Researchers in Scotland found that taking honey before sleep can reduce stress hormones by up to 50% while increasing the release of melatonin, the body's natural messenger of rest. This happens through a chain of chemistry that begins with tryptophan, an amino acid that transforms into serotonin and then into melatonin. The result is a soft cascade toward peace, created not by medication, but by nature's own design. But only raw honey holds this wisdom intact. The processed versions, clear and lifeless in plastic bottles, have lost their living enzymes, the very elements that calm the nervous system and guide cortisol back to stillness. True honey, thick, fragrant, unfiltered, contains over 200 active compounds, including quercetin and pinosumbrin, both capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier to quiet the neurons that trigger the stress response. Local honey adds another dimension of harmony. The pollen gathered from nearby flowers gently teaches your immune system tolerance, reducing inflammatory reactions that can also spark cortisol release. It is as if the land itself lends you its balance, reminding your body that it belongs to something steady and enduring. Take 1 level tablespoon directly from the spoon about 20 minutes before sleep. Let it rest on the tongue and melt slowly. Do not stir it into tea or water. The dilution changes how it moves through the body. At this precise amount, honey does not spike blood sugar. Instead, it stabilizes it, releasing energy in rhythm with your sleep cycle. A little insulin is released, just enough to help tryptophan reach the brain and begin the process of transformation into serotonin and melatonin. Within nights, the pattern of rest often begins to repair itself. Even those with disrupted cortisol rhythms have found balance returning in as little as 2 weeks. Raw honey also carries traces of magnesium, potassium, and B vitamins, supporting the parasympathetic system, the network that tells the body it is safe to relax, but restraint matters. More than 1 tablespoon reverses the effect and may wake you. Healing lies in precision, not abundance. 1 spoon of raw honey taken with presence can become a nightly ritual of peace, turning sweetness into stillness and stillness into sleep. The final remedy is as simple as it is profound: glycine powder. Though it is only an amino acid, one the body naturally uses to build collagen, it holds a quiet power few recognize. In Japan, researchers studying chronic insomnia discovered that glycine could transform sleep itself. Just 1 tablespoon, about 3 grams, taken before bed helps the body remember how to rest deeply. It lowers the core temperature by acting on NMDA receptors in the brain, sending a signal that night has come, that vigilance can end. As the body cools, cortisol levels drop across the entire night, not only at the moment of sleep. Science observed measurable results. Those who took glycine fell asleep nearly 40% faster, woke half as often, and maintained calm hormone levels until morning. This is not chemical sedation, it is natural regulation. Deep sleep requires the body to cool by about 2 degrees, but when cortisol is high, the brain stays warm as though the night were filled with unseen threats. Glycine restores the body's natural rhythm by widening the blood vessels near the skin, releasing trapped heat and allowing stillness to return. At the same time, glycine serves as one of the body's key inhibitory neurotransmitters, working through the spinal cord and brainstem. Its task is simple: to quiet the system, to tell every nerve that the day's work is done. As this messenger travels, it dampens the signals that create tension and worry. The effect is subtle at first, a soft cooling in the chest, a gentleness behind the eyes, but soon it becomes a wave of calm that sweeps through the entire body. The powder form is essential. Tablets often dissolve too slowly, missing the precise window when the body is ready to drop into rest. Mix 1 level tablespoon of glycine into 4 ounces of water shortly before bed. The taste is faintly sweet, almost like water tinged with sugar. It carries no heaviness, no aftertaste, only simplicity. Within half an hour, the body begins to surrender its hold, the mind follows soon after. Unlike sleeping pills, glycine does not force unconsciousness. It improves the very architecture of rest, lengthening the phase of deep sleep by nearly a quarter and reducing fatigue even when total hours are shorter. Many awaken feeling lighter, clearer, as though their rest had been concentrated rather than extended. Studies also reveal that glycine boosts cognitive performance the next morning, sharpening memory and focus more effectively than longer, restless sleep. It is not merely rest, it is restoration. Beyond sleep itself, glycine nourishes repair. The body uses it to create glutathione, the master antioxidant that heals cellular damage left by chronic stress and high cortisol. Each night of sleep with glycine becomes a night of healing, of quiet reconstruction. Over time, the nervous system learns a new pattern, not one of survival, but of safety. There is elegance in its simplicity. No complex ritual, no taste to endure. Just one spoon of sweetness in water, taken with awareness. Within that small act lies the invitation to let go, to cool the fires of the mind, and to remember that deep rest is not something to chase, but something to allow. When the body feels safe, it does not need to be convinced to sleep. It simply does, and glycine, humble and unassuming, helps it remember how. None of these remedies are exotic or distant. They do not come from hidden valleys or secret traditions. Each is part of the natural world your body already knows, a language it once spoke fluently before modern life filled every silence with noise. Glycine, magnesium, honey, cherries, ashwagandha, vinegar, each one meets the body where it already is and reminds it of balance, of stillness, of the rhythm that was never truly lost. They are not magic pills, they are invitations, small simple acts that realign you with the wisdom of your own biology. A tablespoon at a time, they quiet the storm of cortisol that keeps the mind restless and the body weary. Whether you begin with the gentle sweetness of honey, the earthy calm of ashwagandha, or the cooling clarity of glycine, each practice leads to the same place. A night where rest arrives naturally, without force. You may find that these remedies work even better together. A spoon of glycine followed by honey or magnesium paired with tart cherry juice, combinations that form a ritual both scientific and sacred. What matters most is not perfection, but presence. To take these remedies with awareness is to begin retraining your nervous system to trust the night again. Your body was designed to rest. Its systems, circulation, hormones, breath once flowed in harmony with the rising and setting of the sun. Yet screens, artificial light, and unending worry have turned that rhythm upside down. We are not broken, only disconnected. These natural elements help bridge that gap, reminding every cell that peace is possible, that stillness is safe. Think of each tablespoon not as a supplement, but as a gesture of remembrance. It is the body's way of saying, I am ready to return. With patience, consistency, and a little faith, sleep begins to feel less like an effort and more like coming home. The pulse slows, the breath deepens, and the night, once a place of struggle, becomes a sanctuary once more. This is not about chasing sleep, but allowing it. It is about stepping away from the idea that you must fight for rest and instead learning to receive it. Modern life may have fractured the natural rhythm of cortisol, but nature has quietly left the tools to mend it within reach. These 6 simple remedies are more than solutions. They are reminders of your body's quiet intelligence. Each night offers another chance to listen, to restore, to return to harmony. Sweet dreams are not lost. They are waiting just beyond a single mindful tablespoon for you to remember what peace feels like.